Stamp Gang, Sharde here. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new and this is your first time to my little bit of the internet, my name is Sharde. I am a travel and wellness vlogger. I show you how to travel smarter, pack lighter, and search deeper within yourself. Whether this is your first time or you keep coming back, make sure that you hit that subscribe button for me and hit the notification bell so that you are made aware when I post new videos every week. And I do post every week. Sometimes I try to do a little bit more if I'm feeling fancy. But today is not a self-Sunday, but I wanted to chat with you just for a little bit about tech. And I haven't done a video like this in a while, actually probably since I got the Canon 77D, which is the camera I used to vlog on. And even then it's a little bit of an older camera. But I wanted to chat a little bit about why I tend to use older camera equipment as opposed to trying to get the new hotness, and why I think creators, especially creators on a budget and new creators, should opt for old camera equipment as opposed to trying to get the new hotness right off the bat. My number one reason for why I don't buy brand new camera equipment or why I use older equipment is my budget. To be quite honest, and if you've watched a few of my videos, you know I make no bones about it. I'm a full-time graduate student, so I am on an extreme budget. Okay, I just don't have the money to shell out $2,000, $3,000 for the nicest equipment. I would love to, because I do love the bells and whistles. I am a techie at heart, but I just don't have it. And I feel like most people are in my situation where they don't have the money to get a brand spanking new camera. I have bought all of my cameras off of eBay, and I first started YouTube using my iPad. And if you really don't have a budget at all for a camera, your camera on your cell phone will suffice. All you need to do is get a stand for it and start recording, and you could probably buy a cheap lavalier mic for under $20, stick it in your phone, and have really nice audio quality. You do not have to start out with a DSLR or with a really high-end mirrorless camera. You can start out with your cell phone. And I moved up to a hybrid point and shoot camera, which was, I think, the Nikon P200, something like that. I'll put the video up here because I talked about the best budget cameras for YouTube a couple of years ago, and I went through the cameras that I did first. Now, my first big DSLR purchase for YouTube was the Canon T3i. And the Canon T3i, I think, is still a really good camera. You just have to be really patient with the autofocus. It doesn't have the kind of autofocus and face tracking that, you know, you're gonna want, but it does the job. Like, it has a flip out screen, it takes good video quality, and it has a microphone port, so you can get a Rode mic or what have you and stick it in there and have nice audio, right? But if you go on Craigslist, if you go on eBay, you can find cheap DSLR bodies and kit lenses that are maybe 3 to 5 years old, as opposed to trying to get, you know, the 80D, which is the probably latest of Canon's crop sensor DSLR. They haven't come out with anything newer than the 80D. I looked it up a while ago, and on eBay I saw you could get a Canon 5D Mark II, which is a full frame camera. It's maybe about 6 or 7 years old now. You can get those around $300 to $400 for the body and maybe a lens, but definitely the body. You could get the A5100, which is still a really good vlogging camera. It has a flip up screen. It's made by Sony, and it does have interchangeable lenses. You could get that on eBay or Amazon for about $300 now. No, not the newest, but it still does a really good job for if you're just starting. the G7X Mark II, and I use the G7X Mark I for my vlogging purposes, and I still love that camera. It still does a fantastic job. But you could get the Mark II, one newer than mine, now for around $300 to $400 if you wanted to save up and do that. And then you have the Sony RX100 Mark III. They're up to the Mark VI, I believe, or the Mark V. You can get that for $300. So you go 2 generations down and you can have a solid vlogging camera to start with. And even if you get the point and shoots, or the point and shoots that change with interchangeable lenses, then you can do sit down vlogs as well as take it and vlog out of your home. So those are things to think about too. The reason I think it's important for newer blogger, content creators to use older equipment is that it makes you learn. That's my number 2. Older equipment makes you have to learn. So I found with newer gadgets, you get a lot of bells and whistles that you can just put it on auto, tap the screen and make it focus and do all the things, and it'll do what you want. But if you want to really learn the craft of photography and videography, I think that older cameras help you to do that the best, because you really have to learn the ins and outs of your camera to make it look the way you want to make it do the things you want to do, and try to get the most out of it to even begin to be comparable to the sort of content that people that can afford, you know, an 80D, a 5D Mark IV, you know, the A7 III. You can do that on similar older cameras, but you just have to work a little bit harder at knowing the camera, knowing the specs, knowing how to make the features work to get something a little bit better out of it than just putting it on auto and pressing the record button. The third thing that I think is super important with getting older camera equipment is that it helps you to be more creative. You have to really be resourceful when it comes to having older camera equipment. But if you are saving up and you get an older body, you can get really nice lenses to go with it, which also helps to produce a little bit of a better quality image. So if you know you spend $200-300 on a camera body, and then you save up and get a really nice lens at $500, you got an $800 setup that you know you can work with and really learn and get really creative with how you produce the images you want to produce. And I think that has been the thing for me. Like I said, I am guilty of wanting the new and the shiny, but I also am, I won't say held back by, but I'm very cognizant of my budget. And I have a small budget, and I slowly over the last 3-ish years that I've been doing YouTube somewhat consistently, I've been able to upgrade. My first camera only cost me like $100. And then I paid a little bit more for the 77D, but I bought it used. So, you know, buying older equipment, buying used equipment, it saves you some money in the pocket, and you can also find something that is gently used. My 77D was almost new when I purchased it used, and it came with 2 lenses, 3 lenses. I hope this helps. I hope that this encourages you all who are thinking about starting YouTube, but you are worried about not being able to get something new and fancy. Just know that it is a process, not just the process of growing a channel, but the process of growing your equipment that you feel comfortable with. I have seen plenty of people produce really stellar videos and photos off of, you know, a Canon T3i. I did it for a while, and then I moved up when I could. So don't be discouraged about the equipment. Don't get caught up in the equipment. If you start with your cell phone, cell phones have really nice cameras on them now. Just get started. Don't wait. Use what you have and then grow. That's what we all do. We all have to start somewhere. As always, friends, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend about the channel. See you in the next one. Bye.